Hello everyone, this is Rob Silva again, back on Cinema 4D. Thanks for stopping by. Please subscribe to the channel, take advantage of the videos. It's always nice to spend time in this workshop, working with Unity and C4D. Today I'm gonna just go on rigging. I already showed you guys how to rig in one of the videos on Mixamo, but I just want to create a character here, a very simple character in rig from scratch. It might be useful for some of you. So let's start. It's gonna be basic work. I'm gonna go ahead and just grab a cylinder here. This character is gonna be inspired by one of my daughter's characters. All right, cylinder. Let me just open and go through here. I think that would be good. To the front. Sorry, so this is the body. My daughter made a drawing recently, and I got inspired by her work. It depends what you create, right? I like to add a lot of geometry on my objects, especially when it's character. And I'm gonna go over a little bit more the reason why in the end when we start rigging and playing with that. Cool. I'm gonna grab a sphere. Got a sphere, it's a little bit smaller. It's gonna be the head. I'm gonna add the head there. There's no neck on this. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna write here body, head. I'm gonna copy this body here. One's gonna be arms. The other one's gonna be legs. Cool. What I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna get a symmetry. Actually, let me just make the arms a little bit thinner than like this. I actually could use this for legs too, but that's good. And what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna get a symmetry tool. I'm gonna put the arms there. I'm gonna move the arms to the sides, and I'm gonna rotate. Let me see here, to the other direction, 90 degrees. 90 degrees. Let me save this. Cool, right there. And I'm gonna add these arms here. It's a very long arms. Let me see what it looks like now. For now, yeah, that's not too bad. Right there. I will add a symmetry to on here. Get the legs out, the legs there. Make this smaller too. Just the side, down, right there. Legs, I'm gonna make it a little longer. Cool, right there. So not too bad. Very, 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 very simple character. Let's see what it looks like right now. Cool. It doesn't have a neck because that's based inspired on my my daughter's character. Actually, it would be great to have the neck actually, because part of the rig asks for neck. I'm just gonna copy and paste that, and I'm gonna write neck. Cool. And I'm gonna make this, put this sphere a little bit up, right there. And the neck's gonna be like this. Cool, really weird. Let me just move the hands a little bit closer to the shoulders, the arms closer to the shoulder. Cool. Let's make the hands Hands, I'm gonna use a little bit more geometry on this head, right there. Hands, I can use a sphere again. I'm gonna add a little bit more geometry. I'm gonna make that editable, and I'm gonna make smaller like this. Editable like this, and right there. Can use this form for the feet too. I'm gonna write hands here, and I'm gonna get a symmetry right there, symmetry, and move the hands. The hands is huge. Oops, the hands are huge. Lift up a little bit and make this hands a little bit smaller because it's really big. Too big. Right there, a little bit more in. Good. All right, not too bad. And I can even copy this hands and make that as feet. Foot. There you go. Right there. Foot. And move this down. Right there and right there. And rotate the foot right here, 90 degree. Bring closer a little bit. Make it, let me see what it looks like. Closer. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. Just a little bit bigger. I see some of them are touching one each other. The legs maybe is too close. I'm gonna just select the leg. I'm gonna open a little bit like this and get it. The foot. Just select the foot, not the two, and make it a little bit like this. It's too flat. That's pretty. Let me see. Pretty decent. All right, cool. I'm gonna add eyes too, and that will be it. That will be pretty okay. I'm gonna copy this circle, the sphere. I'm gonna eyes. Just add eyes. Add a symmetry. Make symmetrical. Eyes is definitely too big. Radius very small. Let me just move this to the front, right there. Move to the side. And right there. Not so bad. Very basic character form. There's a reason why I like to add a lot of geometry, because more geometry, obviously more graphics on character especially, but more when the parts that bends in the body, more flexible it becomes rather than more geometrical. So it pretty much depends what type of character do you want to do when you are rigging. Okay, if you want that shows a lot of geometry, don't add a lot of geometry. If you want that the forms becomes more flexible, add a lot of geometry. Cool. All right, so a few things here. Let me just connect objects before going to, let me just connect them so I can color them if I need to. If you want to add this object to Unity, ideally you just want to have the parts separated, and in Unity you can add a material on it, or you can add a material, transfer that to Unity and deal with all the materials exported from Cinema 4D. I prefer to import objects blanked like this, so I can add all the materials there. I can create the materials in Unity rather than transfer. So preference, but I would recommend you do that. Cool, everything's separated here. Great. Now what you're going to do is there's two things that you can do. You can combine everything here. If you combine everything, it will be just like our bodies, our physical bodies, everything's connected. It's just one full piece. So when my arms, for example, when my arms moved, it stretched because my arm is connected to my upper body. So if you move this body here, this arm here, you will stretch parts of the body. If you rig with all the parts disconnected, the only thing they will move is the parts individually. So I would recommend you to, again, add the materials and the objects would be better. If you don't want those parts to be moving while are disconnected. So if you don't mind, you can, if that's not a problem for you, you can just rig the object like this with all the parts disconnected and deal with the sort of imperfections later. It will not mimic the real road. Okay. All right, cool. So what I'm going to do here, I will not color these objects, but I will connect all of them. Actually, let me make a copy. So just in case I click on a new here, make a copy, and I'm gonna go ahead and I have everything here. I'm gonna click with the right button and then connect all the objects and delete. So I just have one object here. Right, this is a single piece, as you can see, single piece because I connected all of them. And next what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to character, and character here. There's a lot of things about character that you can play with, but I will go to character. Okay, right there. So I click in character here, and let me just make my object a little bit smaller. Cool. And move my object up here. Excellent. Let me see if the object's actually nicely touching the floor. Good. Really good. Just a little bit going down here. Excellent. All right, so here I have my character. When I click here on character, this is where everything's gonna happen, okay? First thing that I will do is I will click on root, okay? After clicking on root, this is what shows the base of my, where my character stands, okay? That's the base, the foundation, okay? Next, I'm gonna click on pelvis, and this is the pelvis of my character. I can make my character a little bit bigger and just go with that pelvis so I don't have to move the pelvis because it's very nicely there. So make my character a little bit bigger. Right there, good. Again, you can make the parts, you can modify. I'm gonna go through here. I think that would be better. pelvis. Okay. All right. Then what you're gonna do next is you already created the root, which is this part, the bottom. You already have the pelvis, and what you're gonna do next is you're gonna hold the. I'm working with a Mac. You're gonna hold the control. I'm assuming that it's the same thing for Windows. You're gonna hold the control button and you're gonna click on the arm. If you don't hold the control button, what's gonna happen is, and you click, it's gonna only create one arm. Okay, but ideally, what you want to do is you just wanna click, hold the control button, and click on the object. Okay, on the parts. Then you holding the control again, you go ahead and create the hand. Holding the control, click on the hand. Great. All right, so I already have a hand, and it has the arm. You're gonna go back to pelvis again, and you're gonna create the leg. Okay, so hold the control button, click on the pelvis. Remember, pelvis is selected. Holding the control button, click on the leg. The two legs will be added symmetrically. And let me see here. Let me see if I added the foot already. Yep, and the foot got added already very nicely. Cool. And the last part will be the head. Let's see, pelvis, left arm, hands, left legs. Let me see here, roots. I think that the head got added yet already. Let me double check here. Let me just click on the dots, pelvis, head top. Yep, everything got added very nicely. So you can really double check. Let me just click here so you can see that all the points of the rig got added. So whatever you're going through, you can see. So this is the head top, that's the end, which you're gonna drag it all the way up here. This is the head bind, the pelvis, which will gonna be the head bottom. There's spine of the spine and chest. So everything, the shoulders, everything is very nicely added. The hands, it's a hands with 5 fingers. We don't have 5 fingers, so we're gonna just drag the entire hand into the hand that we created. Okay, cool. All right. So first thing that we're gonna do is you can select roots there, or pretty much character actually, and you're gonna go to adjust. Okay, select character here and click on adjust. When you click on adjust, those points is gonna show to you, and that's the way that you will start dragging things to where you're supposed to drag. Ideally, if you have this panel here, let me see, this would be a good one to have. Let me just make this bigger, and this one here would be pretty good to have these 2 panels side by side, so we actually can see where things are. I'm gonna just organize the feet here. The feet is very important. This is always in the front of the feet, right there. Just can go a little bit, think about a little bit. You see the toe base. Remember, this is symmetrical. Wherever you're moving, the other ones are moving too. Let me see, left toe base. There you go, good. I just put down right here. Good. I have my knees, and you can see that our as I move everything, things here don't move individually, so be aware of that. I need to move the knees a little bit up and centered very nicely, the knees right there, because the upper leg is smaller than the lower legs. I make it a little bit lower. There you go, good. Let me fix the feet. It's not super friendly rigging, but that's the nature of the beast. Okay. Right there. Cool. That sounds correct. Upper leg. Let me just move this a little bit more inside of the leg here. Good. And this a little bit more in. Cool. All right. Things seems to be pretty proper here. This is a spine. Let's see, the spine is up to the other side. I need to fix this spine here. Right there, move the legs. Cool. I'm gonna move this a little bit more like this. And let's see, what is this? A pelvis spine still. And this is the neck. I want to make sure that the neck is very nicely here. Right there. This is part of the head. So this is very important now. So this is the chin. This neck I need to make go down a little bit. Right there. The chin and the head top. Right there. Goes all the way to the head top. Move a little bit more here. Great. So it's nice to work with the true windows. Everything seems to be pretty nice here. Now what I'm going to do is I will make the arms go down. Now I'm going to put the arms down. I can lower everything here with the arms. Hold on. Let's select this. There you go. You can see my my head's lowering too, so I need to fix it. A few things. Again, this is part of the chest and the neck. It's a little bit up. There you go. There you go. Good. I have my arms. Let me see. This is my forearm. I need to move back this. And my hands are very nicely inside. This is my, let me see, the hands is pretty good, the location of the hands. This is the shoulder. I'm gonna put a little bit here. Make this a little bit up. Shoulder is down. Good. Arms down. My wrists here, lower arm, smaller, longer than upper arm. hands a little bit more out. Hold on. Let me see here. I might have to go through a different view because it has been hard for me to hold that, to select the hand. Point this one here. Very good. So things are really off here. As you can see, I need a view from the top to make sure that the arm's correct. And you can see here that the arm is really off. It's not inside. The shoulders as well is not inside. Move this a little bit right there. And the arms here. View from the top. My hand's completely off right there. And the wrist a little bit. Good. All right. Cool. Perfect. So pretty much everything seems to be pretty fine where it's supposed to be. Let me see. You can see that the rig is right in a proper place for the best of our ability. Right there. Obviously, this is a very simple character, but you can have a lot of fun with this. After you're rigging. Good. When you're done rigging, what you're going to do next is you're going to come to binding and you're going to drag. It's already got here. You're going to drag that no to bind. Okay, gonna get a no and we're just gonna bind. Done. So now you will be able to really have fun with this character. If you animate this, there's so many ways that you can just have fun. Select the shoes here, and I can see that I can bend the character in very nicely, because that's here I'm supposed to add more geometry, but you already can see that it has some geometry here and is very nicely turning and bending. Very nice. The legs bend very nicely. You can see lower leg is longer, and I can very nicely move the parts of the body, right? All right, if you want to animate this character from scratch, I would highly recommend you to take your time, because it takes a lot of time. What I'm gonna do is I only have 90 frames here. It's gonna be a really weird animation, but let's just have fun with this. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna record this position. I already have a really weird position here in 45 degrees that I will disconnect, and I will still there. But let me just grab this position here and make this position right here too, so I can have this in a feed. So right now there's nothing happened. I have the same, I recorded the same position in my 90 frame, my last frame, and in my first frame. What I want to do is I want to go to a 40 in the middle, and I just alter some of the positions of the legs. Those legs here, I'm gonna just open like that, so I can see how fun is this. I'm gonna move this arm a little bit to the front, and rotate this arm a little bit. Rotate this hand. I'd rotate this hand more because I want to rotate this arm right there. Put that to the front, and gonna play with this head. Let me see here. That's kind of pretty much, that will do the job. All right, great. And I will record everything here. Let's see. And actually, I should record everything before. I did not record anything. Should record the position of the hands before, but I did not record right there. Actually, the hands like this. Here, let's go back here, and let's go to the middle. Move this hand to different position right there. Down a little bit. Record the hands. So if I move, the hands move. The legs is nothing because the legs, I didn't record anything in the middle. Let me see. In the middle of the frames. I'm going to select this leg right there on one. Let's see. And put this leg down in a 90. Actually, right there. Get this leg here. Put that like this on a 90. Go back to, there you go. That's kind of pretty okay like this. So then if I play, you can see that some really interesting things start happening. And that's kind of pretty much how animation works. Rigging and animating by yourself, it takes a lot of time, but it's a matter of practice. More that you do, better than you get. So hope you guys can enjoy and hope you can have lots of fun with this. All right.